So you've been looking at your budget, your bank statements, whether it's on paper or online, and you're like, where in the world is all my money going to? Well, guess what? We're going to talk about a lot of those today. Ways that you can save money, have more money in your pocket, have more money at the end of the bill paying, just frugal ways to just cut some costs just by changing some things that you're doing, ways that you're thinking, and just a little bit of budgeting. I hope y'all got a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm going to throw a bunch of things out there for you. So y'all go get you a pen and a piece of paper, and some of these are just going to make common sense. And we'll get started, okay? Welcome to our channel. We're all about faith, family, home, and farm. Come on in and grab a chair and sit a spell with us. If you like readable versions of all of our content, be sure to check out both of our blogs. The links to our blogs will always be in the description box below our videos. Okay, I know a lot of times it is hard to get started. You're a young couple just starting out, or you're a single person just starting out, and you're like, I rushed through my childhood to get to adulthood for this. I'm not making anything. Or you're a family and you're like, we just, where's all of our money going? We don't have money left by the time we get done paying the bills. Single mothers, single dads, homes with multiple children. You got a lot of bills. You got a lot of mouths to feed. I'm going to give y'all a lot of frugal tips of saving money. And no, this is not something that I just learned overnight. This is something that me and my husband kind of like used to do just starting out. Everybody thinks, let me throw something in there. Everybody thinks just because someone's in the military, oh, they make good money. I know a lot of jobs that pays a whole lot more a year, a month, than what my husband got being in the service. And married. You know, when they get married, they get an incentive, they get a little extra money. There was some people do it out in the civilian life, doing a whole lot better than we were. Okay? So I don't want you to get that misconception. You're not going to make a lot of money going into the service. And honestly, I'm going to throw this out there. That stinks. That's not right. They're defending our country and sacrificing their lives for that little pay. You're welcome. That was free, by the way. These are some more things that are free. You got your pen and a piece of paper? Y'all, I'm sorry if the light is glaring on my glasses. I can't stand it either, but I gotta see, so yeah, and I gotta see, so here we go. A lot of frugal ways to save money. Some of these things we still do because I don't have a problem with them. I enjoy doing it, okay? Y'all know my number one thing, and I harp on this and I tell you this. I have two number one things because they're neck and neck, y'all, that saves money on the groceries. Y'all ready? Y'all know the number one thing is growing a garden, if at all possible that you can. When we were younger and we were just starting out, we started out in a apartment off of base. And no, you couldn't have a garden because you're in the middle of a big old city, and oh no, no, we couldn't, okay? And we were on the list to get on base housing. There's a wait list. Sometimes it's years before you can get on it, but we got lucky. And we still couldn't do it there. Well, my husband got out of the service. We came back home. Still didn't have our own land. We did not incorporate and get where we are today quickly. It took us years to get the right kind of land and to get our land that we have today that we can grow a garden. So what I would do sometimes, we built a house when our youngest one was, our oldest one, our firstborn, was 7 months old. We built our very first house. And even before then, we would go to, we would find somebody who was selling produce. I never went to a farmer's market. I don't know if maybe dear hubby did. I remember one time he brought home, I think, a big old garbage bag full of corn that had just been picked. Where he got it, I don't remember. Y'all, that was like 30 years ago. I honestly don't remember. So, and he probably can't remember either. Farmers markets. Find somebody, maybe a neighbor or somebody who has some excess produce, like that zucchini everybody's trying to get rid of. Y'all, I got so many uses for zucchini. You need to get you some. Farmers markets, a neighbor who's got some, ask them, say, hey, if you have any extra, can I possibly get some from you? Let's see, barter. Maybe you've got something that you can swap some produce for. Do you make something? Can you cook something? And barter, say, hey, what can I do to maybe get some corn from you? Is there something you need? Barter your services, okay? You may not be in a position or a land where you can have a garden in the ground, okay? I'm open to a whole bunch of other options. Container gardening. Y'all, pots. I know people who take little kiddie swimming pools, drill some drain holes in them, fill them up with some dirt and compost and soil, throw some seeds in there. You got a little mini garden, okay? One of those kiddie swimming pools will hold like 5 to 6, depending on the size you get, zucchini plants, squash plants, buckets. Use anything that you can use to put some dirt in and put some seeds in. Tomatoes and potatoes grow good in buckets, okay? Y'all, come on. Start your own seeds. Y'all, a lot of what is on this list, you've already heard me say in other videos. They're just in different videos, and you may miss that tip because you didn't see that video and stuff. I'm just going to compile them all into one video for you, okay? So a lot of these are in my gardening playlist, okay? Tips and tricks that I give you on gardening, okay? Find something to put some dirt in, put some seeds in it, and start you some things. If you're not for sure how to get them going and where to put them or to transplant them or when to transplant them, when to set them out, go to my gardening playlist and just binge watch one day. Grab you some popcorn and grab you a cozy blanket and get on the couch and just binge watch. I've got all kinds of tips and tricks in that playlist. What are some other things that people have used to grow things in? Buckets, kiddie swimming pools, milk jugs. Y'all, anything that you can turn into a pot, a container, just make sure you have some drain holes in it. Put some dirt in it, throw you some seeds in it, and watch it go, okay? So, grow something, y'all. If you can just have a little patch of dirt, I don't care if it's 1 row, if that's all you can do and all you can keep up with, okay? You can put things on your balcony. Y'all, I know people that live in New York City, and on their balconies, they will have pots of things that they grow. If New Yorkers can do it, y'all can too. I have even now at Dollar Tree, y'all, they have got those three pot little pots, and you can stack those on top of each other and start growing some herbs in it, some smallish plants in it, okay? But you do need to come up with, don't stack them too high. You need to come up with an idea. And I've seen, and I'm going to do one too. When I get a bunch of herbs going and I get ready to transplant them, I'm going to make a stacker. I love Dollar Tree, y'all. I'm going to make a stacker, and I'm going to put them on. You can get these trivets from Lowe's or Walmart or Home Depot that has the wheels on the bottom for big potted plants to roll them around. I'm going to get me one of those, put my stackers on it, fill them up with dirt, stack them on top of each other, and then run a mop handle or a broom handle or some kind of handle stick down in the middle of it to where it won't fall over. See, I just gave y'all an idea. There's garden towers. There's other things. If you want to go that route, you can still, my point is, find a way to grow you some food, okay? If you have to put you some pots somewhere in your house in a sunshiny window, or get you some grow lights, do it. That saves money on groceries, okay? The next deal about groceries is, y'all know I'm a stickler for shopping the sales, and I have got this all in a video playlist, shopping the sales, meal planning, how to save money on your groceries, and all that when you're getting ready to make out your grocery list, okay? Tons of ideas on there. I take y'all along with me on grocery trips. 1, 2, maybe 3. And I tell y'all how to shop according to how they have the store laid out, according to how, let's take your produce for example. Do you want it fresh in the produce section? Do you want it in a can? Or do you want it from the freezer section? Compare. You may have to do a little toggling back and forth, or you can pull it up online. Compare those prices. It's better for me to get a can of corn right now versus getting some fresh corn or corn out of the freezer section. Y'all got to learn how to shop smarter and outsmart them. Shop wiser and outsmart the merchants, okay? Clipping coupons, saving the digital coupons, QR codes, however they're doing it now. In my days, when I first started out, we were clipping those coupons out of the sales tabloids, okay? And we would take a whole stack with us to the grocery store. And that teller would have to stand there. You'd have like 30 coupons. And yeah, them Karens behind you, sorry Karen, would be behind you just stomping their little feet and tapping their little hands. I shouldn't have got behind her. Well, maybe you shouldn't have. Maybe you need to learn how to clip some coupons too, Missy. No offense to Missy either. What else? Shopping the sales, buying in bulk. Buying in bulk may take a little more money up front, but in the long run, it comes out better because you're able to bring that big package of chicken home or multiple packages of chicken home that you bought when it was on sale and you bought in bulk, and then you bring it home and you distribute it out into meal portions and in Ziploc bags, and then you wound up putting about 30 meals up for supper. And you bought it when it was on sale, and it's there at a moment's notice when you need to pull something out and throw a dinner together, a supper together. Okay? What else? Y'all, I have tons of tips and tricks. And how they will try to, this just, come to my mind. When you walk into a grocery store, how they place things to get your attention. Y'all need to go on some of them shopping trips with me. I tell you everything. There's certain times of the year they run certain sales for in-season produce. Okay, sometimes as soon as that season hits, like, I love to hit sweet potato season, y'all, in the fall, because that's when they'll put it on sale, because they know it's got to be gone quickly or they're going to be stuck with it. Okay, so they'll run those sales. I love 99 cents a pound, or 58 cents a pound, or 89 cents a pound on potatoes, y'all. Don't think this girl won't go stock up and buy about 50 pounds and bring it home and put it all up. Yes, sirree, I will. I did regular potatoes that way. I got videos on that. And I did sweet potatoes that way. Got videos on that. Shop wisely and outsmart the merchants, okay? A bunch of tips and tricks on saving money on your groceries. Before you go shopping at the grocery store and you're doing your meal planning, shop your pantries first. See if you've already got it in your kitchen. There's no telling how many times I've made a grocery list and I was going to make a recipe, and I get all my groceries wrote down and I go buy them and I spend that money. Dag nabbit, I already had sour cream in the refrigerator. Now I'm stuck with 2 sour creams canisters I'm going to have to find something to do with. Shop your pantries first. Try to see if you can put a meal together by seeing what you've got first, using up produce and using up vegetables and things that are already in your refrigerator. Plan a meal around those. Then go buy your supplemental items that you don't have to put that meal together. Y'all need to go watch that playlist. Shopping the sales and meal planning. Oh yes, I give you plenty of tips and tricks on how to put a meal together. Whether you had to go buy it at the grocery store or you grew your garden, okay? I can do both. I'm straddling the fence on that because we're at home and then we're on work trips. At home, we save tons of money eating because I can go in the pantry and the freezer and just go pull out something and put a meal together on a whim. But when we're on work trips and I've got to go to the grocery store, that's where all my little tips and tricks comes in handy. Okay? So, cook from scratch as much as possible. Y'all, I see people... One of our sons actually called Dad the other day and said, "Man, I don't know where all my paycheck's going to." Dad's like, "I can tell you." He's like, "Son, y'all need to start cooking more. Y'all need to sit down and go grocery shopping and cook some more at home. What you pay for 4 people, and 2 of those being young children, can add up to almost $60. No. I can think of all the things I could have just bought with that $60. Yes, grocery-wise, that I could have made a bunch of meals out of. Okay? Try to cook as much from scratch as possible. Okay? For these people love to go out here and go buy these Eggo waffles and pancake packages and stuff. Y'all, I can buy the ingredients and go make waffles and pancakes and have the ingredients to still make 50 more breakfasts with for what 1 box of Eggo waffles or pancakes cost. I can. And I can still make more. I can probably carry that on out for like 20 more breakfasts maybe. Okay, for the ingredients that I bought. Shop wise, y'all. Cut corners some way in your cooking, baking, okay? grow that garden, shop those sales. There, yeah, I don't have time to go through that whole list of videos again, y'all. Go watch that playlist, okay? And have you some more pen and paper ready, because there's a whole lot more in there that people ain't even thought of, okay? And y'all, I know it's convenient, but these DoorDashes and these delivery services, y'all, it's costing you more. It's costing you more. I know a lot of people today are about convenience. And there's times when convenience is called up on. But when you're having to sit here wondering where your paycheck went to, some of these things should just pop up. That should be red flags. I'm not going to get on a soapbox about that, because there are some things and services that we use for convenience, but not a lot. Not a lot. No. We don't use DoorDash. Even if we're in a hotel or something, I think maybe we have had pizza delivered one time out of 3 years. And I think it was because I wasn't feeling good. And dear hubby didn't get off work till 7 p.m. and that's the last place he wanted to go to. After a 40-minute drive, was picking up pizzas. We wouldn't be sitting down eating until 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. And I wasn't feeling good. So he said, go ahead and order that pizza. Have them deliver it. You go ahead and sit down and eat. I'll eat when I get there. Bless his little stinking heart. So, yeah. These services that you're paying for, okay? It's costing you extra. You're just paying for the convenience. Another idea, y'all, it just popped into my head. Let me spit it out real quick before I forget and move on back to the grocery shopping. If there's any way that you can, let me give you chicken, for example. Don't go buy unless they are just at an incredibly low price, okay? If individual packages of chicken is extremely low on sale, like cents wise, we'll buy the individual packages that they put all the work into and the labor cutting up and packaging. But if the price per pound on whole chickens is a whole lot less, we're going to buy those whole chickens and then bring them home. Dear hubby knows how to break those babies down. He's got a video on that, breaking down a whole chicken. He even gives y'all the prices, y'all, I believe, in that video. It's either that video or another one that he does, breaking down a certain kind of meat. And he tells y'all the price differences per pound versus him bringing it home and cutting it all down, versus the grocery store doing it for you. If at all possible, buy the whole chickens. Bring it home. Have your husband break it down, and then y'all put it in individual meal portions. I love it when chicken is on sale for like 89 cents a pound or something like that. Oh, run to those sales. Okay, that's all about that. You got your ideas about grocery shopping, okay? So that was number 1 and number 2, okay? Try to grow your garden. Find something to throw some seeds in and start growing your garden. Containers on your porch, on your deck, on your balcony. I don't care. Your flower beds. Y'all, I know a little old couple that utilized their flower beds. Flower beds. They had corn in the back that grew up against the house. Then the next lowest growing thing was... Oh, they did like the Indian style gardening. They did their corn stalk, then they planted their beans and pea seeds around the stalk. As it grew, the peas and the beans vines would grow up the corn stalk. Talk about utilizing space. That's brilliant. And then tomato plants, they would space them in there. And then the next lowest growing thing would be to the front. And then they utilized their flower beds, y'all, all in around their house. It was awesome. Utilize your space when you're gardening, okay? So that is number 1 and number 2. Shopping the sales and growing your own food. Next will be... let me mark these off, y'all, before I get lost. Next will be, y'all, if you can, find someone who hunts or go get your license. Now, I don't know how it is in your state, and I've explained this in all of my hunting videos. You need to check with your state before you just go out here and start hunting for something and drag it home. You might have a game warden on you. In our state, everyone is required to take a hunter safety course before you can even get a license to hunt. Then you have to get your license, okay? Get permission from property owners to see if maybe you can hunt on their land. Know the ethics of hunting etiquette, okay? I explain that in one of my hunting videos. It's on my hunting playlist. I explain all about that too. We've ran some hunting clubs before and kind of had to boot some members out because they didn't want to play by the rules. So kind of put us in dangerous situations. Hunt, okay? Learn how to hunt. If you don't want to learn how to hunt, you don't want firearms, you don't want to hunt, you can't take something's life, find some people who do hunt and say, hey, can I have a little? Can I pay you for some? Okay? That will cut down a whole lot on your grocery bill right there. There's 3 things. Y'all go catch that playlist, my hunting playlist. And then that, I just lost my train of thought. I did it again. It comes and it goes, y'all. That happens when you get as old as I am. Okay. I don't know how they're doing the coupons, y'all, now these days. I'm beginning to learn my Kroger app. I got to take a little swallow, y'all. I'm in the middle of my afternoon coffee break. Oh, and it's done got cold. I don't do cold coffees, y'all. I just don't. I don't do the iced coffees. I want my coffee hot and steaming and fogs up my glasses when I take a drink. That's cold. I'll get me some water here in a minute because all this talking's making my tongue dry. Okay. That's like different ways to save money on your grocery bill. Find somebody who fishes. See if you can get some fish from them, okay? Supplement your diet. Oh, y'all, find somebody who raises pigs, hogs. Get you some pork. Find somebody who raises chickens. See if they'll let you buy some from them. Eggs. Milk from somebody who raises cows. Get you some beef from somebody who raises cows. They might have a little surplus and they might be willing to part with some. I just keep having those tips, y'all, about groceries. I got to move on. Okay, now, this is things we're fixing to get into that really affects your budget. And it's like all your bills that you know you're going to have every single month for years. Your house payments. Consider if you're going to buy a house, honey, you better shop around for the lowest interest rates possible. Lowest interest rates possible. Okay? If you are renting, bless your heart. I'm going to say something about renting. Make sure you do not get into a verbal agreement. A word and a handshake does not hold up in court anymore these days. Okay? You can't take someone's word for it, and a handshake is not proof anymore. You need to have a signed contract. And both of y'all need to understand what's going on. You need to draw up some ideas in a contract and see if they will sign it and have it notarized. Okay? You can use that in a court of law. I've known some people who's got into some sticky situations, and these people have come to them and said, hey, I'll let y'all live in my house on my property as long as y'all just keep it up, keep it clean, maintain the property. You take their word for it. You move into this house. After a couple of years, they change their mind. They decide they want to sell right up underneath you. What do? You have to move and find another place to live. It was never in writing. You never signed a contract. Don't get into that predicament, okay? It happens a lot. And I hate to say this, but when you do rent from someone else, I mean, even if you signed a contract and let's say your contract is fixing to end, they don't have to extend that contract for another year or another 6 months. If they decide they're done renting to you and they want to rent to someone else, or they want to sell, there's not really a whole lot you can do because there's not another contract. That one's expired. It stinks, y'all. You're already giving money out. You're already paying something monthly. Why not try to apply that to a home that you can find that's a whole lot less expensive to rent? Maybe some property to maybe start building on, that you can start paying cash as you go and build as you go. Find a home that maybe a double wide or something that somebody's wanting to sell. You've got the land, now you just need the home, and they're wanting to sell one, and you can have it transported to your property. Look for homes that have been, repossessed, and the bank just wants somebody to take it and just finish paying it off. Check with your banks. If you're gonna build, you're gonna have to just compare prices as you go. Then you gotta deal with contractors. Good luck on that. Finding trustworthy people or anybody who will even just show up to do the job. You could wait for weeks just having somebody, oh, I'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Oh, I'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. And you've done waited 2 weeks and wasted a bunch of time. Oh, I can get on a soapbox about that. That's happened to us before. Okay. Rent to own. Find a place that maybe somebody is thinking about selling and they've got it on the market. Ask them, would you be willing to take it off the market, selling it outright, and renting to own to us and let us just pay you? But make sure you get a contract wrote up, signed, notarized, make it legal. Okay? And it will be yours by the time it's all paid for. There's ways to save money when buying or building a home, y'all, or purchasing property. Look into all kinds of different ways. Getting back to rent to own, you're going to have to furnish your house, okay? Or right now you're like, man, the refrigerator's playing out. We cannot afford a new one. Don't start stressing, honey. Look for rent to own options, okay? Look for monthly payment options, okay? Those are available. You don't have to come up with the money all at one time, okay? Rent to own. When we moved into our house and we wanted all new things, and we were like, we can't get all these all at one time. We don't have that money. We got a freezer, a refrigerator, and a stove, I believe. Yes, and all three of those appliances were rent to own. And when we got done paying for them, they were ours. But y'all, it sure did help us out at that time that we really needed it. It may have taken us a while to get it paid for, but at that time, we needed those, and just having that little bitty payment a month worked great for us. It may work great for you. Okay. So that is on home. Okay. Let's see. Guys, women, if y'all know how to repair something yourself, like men, if the gutters need cleaning, okay, don't pay for a gutter man to come out there and clean it. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg. Find you a ladder if you can. Climb up there. Clean those gutters out yourself. Save you a whole bunch of money. Find things that you can do in your home to maintenance or fix or maintain, where you don't have to call a repair man or somebody to come do it for you. I know there's a lot of older people that cannot do this and they have to. Maybe you can find some good neighbors or a church and say, hey, a lot of churches are looking for people to minister to in the community and help. That is their slogans and their mottos. Love thy neighbor, helping the community. Contact some of these churches and say, hey, I am disabled, etc., etc. I'm 80-something years old. I can't. I've got some gutters that are just corroded over with leaves and stuff, or my yard needs mowing. I've got a heart condition. I can't get out and do it. You might find a loving neighbor or a loving church to help come and do some of those chores, okay? Maybe if you have a little money to spare and you want to pay somebody, see if there's some high school kids out there that's just looking to make some gas money, okay? So they can go somewhere, grab some pizza and hang out with their friends, okay? Some of these teenage kids that just want some spending money, okay? All right. So find ways that you can fix something. If YouTube is full of videos, my husband's like, I'm not a carpenter. But y'all, if there's something that he wants to learn bad enough and something needs to be done, he'll watch some videos and teach himself how to do it. And by golly, he does it. Our kitchen, he amazed me. He designed our kitchen. And the little thing over our refrigerator, that the cabinets that we enclosed, and the shingles, and then above our vent hood, our stove, and y'all, he did that. And he's not a carpenter. He's an electrician by trade. And he's like, I don't think I can do this. Yes, you can. I got faith in you. He went and watched a bunch of videos, and he's like, and y'all, he pondered this for weeks in his mind. I think I can do this. And he did it. I was so proud of him. Okay. You put your talents to use. Okay? Get crafty. Put your talents to use. Now, let's see. That's things about the home. Okay? Anything else about the home? I'm not for sure. Anything, I don't have it wrote down. I got the idea, but examples, I'm winging it, y'all. Now, another expense you're going to have in your home, and it's like expenses like cell phone bills, your car payments, your insurance payments. Oh gosh, y'all, let me tell y'all some things about it. Aggravates me because I don't like change thrown on me all of a sudden. But dear hubby is all about saving a buck when it comes to monthly expenses on things like that. He will go through the process. And it kills me for him to listen to him sit there on the phone and talk to somebody. Sometimes I just have to go in another room because, you know, those, you sit there and you're like, you call a company and you're waiting patiently and they're like, press 1 for this, press 2 for this. And he's like, customer service, customer service, customer service. I mean, cracking up. I'm dying. Y'all, I'm laughing just thinking about it. He kills me and I have to go in another room. Or especially if he's aggravated. Oh my gosh. I do not want to be in the same room with him if he is aggravated about a bill. Cell phones, for example. Oh my gosh, y'all. You mean to tell me you would come up with a better package for new customers versus the ones that you've had for years, and you up our bills and we've been customers all these? Oh, y'all would just have to hear him sometime. He kills me. But let me give you some ways to save money. Let's start with the biggest expense, your vehicle. Okay. You got a big car payment. If there's any way possible, first of all, I know these people like their brand spanking off the showroom floor vehicles. But I've known a lot of people to drive those vehicles off of the lot and 2 months later start having problems and have to take it back to the manufacturer and have them fix it before that warranty runs out, and you start getting them phone calls. Would you like to extend your car's warranty today? Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. And then you have to block all those calls from calling. Y'all, you can get a brand spanking new vehicle and you get it home and 2 months later it's starting to make a clanking sound, or it's starting to do this, or it won't crank one time, things go bad. They do not make vehicles like they used to. Y'all, I know people that are still driving some of those old 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s models, trucks and vehicles, simply because they still run. Try to buy a used vehicle if you can. It saves you a whole lot less money. And then you can go and take it to your trustworthy mechanic and have them look it over, do some diagnostic tests, check everything. Y'all, I couldn't tell you the last, I think we've only ever bought one brand spanking new vehicle. One. And we haven't done it since. Now I have to get some water. We haven't done it since. We've bought used vehicles. Excuse me while I wet my whistle. There we go. Okay. Buy a used vehicle. Okay. Make sure the mileage is okay. Buy it from a trustworthy place. Have them check everything before you drive it off that lot. Get them to let you see all the information about that vehicle, previous owners, previous problems, anything that's had to be replaced, maintenance that's had to be done on it. You know, like that Carfax thing. They can tell you all that information. They've got records on it. They can track that stuff down with the VIN number, okay? And find out how the history of that vehicle, okay? If there's any warning signs, what did they do to it before they put it on the showroom floor or out in the parking lot, okay? Y'all, buy a used one, okay? Then when you get done, take it to your mechanic. We've done this 100 times. Well, not 100. We ain't had that many vehicles, but if we upgrade to another vehicle and we spend all this time searching for a vehicle, we will take it to our trusty mechanic, and he will go over that vehicle with a fine-tooth comb, run it through the diagnostics, everything. Will alert us, before too long you're going to have to replace your tires, or before too long you're going to need a front-end alignment, minor things, okay? And he's honest with us. He tells us, okay, it's okay to buy something used. Try to find the lowest interest rates possible, whether you need to finance through them or through getting a loan at a bank. Research your interest rates, who offers what, okay? If a person is willing, this would go back to the home thing. If you're buying it from an individual, what kind of agreement y'all can come up with. But you better get it in writing, get it notarized, make it legal. Okay. Ooh, another big one, the insurance on your house and your vehicle. It's okay to switch insurance companies. It's okay to find different insurance companies. We've had to do this on our house because my husband's like, I know we can get better coverage somewhere and save money. And we finally took that leap of faith and started researching it. And we were like, okay, let's just go for it. We had 3 different insurance companies come and give us quotes. And we picked the best one, and we got more coverage on our house, better deductible, and better monthly rates than what we were paying for. It's okay to do your research and get out of your comfort zone, change, and switch insurance companies. That pertains to your house, that pertains to your vehicle. Switch those insurance companies. It's okay. All right? You save a whole lot more money. Do your research. Get online. Call these companies. Ask for quotes. All right? Your cell phone bills. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm beginning to laugh again. I'm not going to name a company, but we were with a company for years. And we just got tired of the dropped calls and dropped service and them just upping our bill for no reason at all. we dropped them like a hot potato and we went with somebody else. Yes, that meant changing numbers, but we had to, y'all. It was utterly ridiculous. It's okay to switch cell phone companies and get you or find you a better package. Okay, our cell phone bill was a whole lot more when our boys were still living at home and they were on our plan. But once they moved out, they got their own plans and now they're paying their own bills. Okay, but we were constantly having to just like switch our packages because they would just raise our bill for no reason. So we dropped them and we found a better cell phone service. You can do this with your internet service, your Wi-Fi, your satellite, for your TV channels, your cable for your TV, okay? That's another company that loves to just raise your bills a month. And you're like, you don't know it till you get your next bill. And you're like, why is it higher this month than it was last month? I don't get that. You need to be calling them and finding out why. It's okay to switch satellite companies. It's okay to switch cable services. It's okay to maybe check into getting a Wi-Fi. Y'all, there is a lot of television, watch what you're paying for in your subscriptions. You could be signed up for all these different channel subscriptions when you can actually bundle them and get them in a package for a whole lot less than paying for each one individually. Try bundling them and packaging them. Or, y'all, you can only watch so many TV channels at a time. Why do you have to have 1,000 TV channels when you can only watch so many at one time? Pick your favorite channels or your favorite services and just pay for that one subscription, okay? And if you do get a subscription, and let's say like you're gonna go out like us when we have to go on a work trip and we're gonna be gone for a little bit, we'll call and have it suspended until we get back. You can do that. You can suspend it, okay, until you get back. Y'all, just look for ways to cut costs. There is a lot of free TV channels out there through like Smart Views, Roku's, things like that you can put on your TV, and a whole lot cleaner networks. Don't get me on a soapbox about TV programs either. I'm stuck on Little House on the Prairie and I think the world needs more of it versus what we're seeing today, okay? Don't get me started. Look over your subscriptions, what you're paying for. Some of these things are free on some channels, on some smart TVs. Some of them are free and you don't have to pay nothing for them. You're gonna sometimes, in order to watch your money, you're going to have to cut some things out in order to save some money. There's going to have to be some sacrifices you're going to have to make. And I think you can cut out a few television subscriptions to save some money. Okay, I said it. Did I say that out loud? I did. Okay. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to let something go, okay, in order to start saving you some money, okay? That's all, okay. So we've covered used vehicles, review your coverage, see if you can find a better one, do this. Health insurance. Oh, y'all. Health insurance. It's okay to switch healthcare insurances, okay? It's okay. If you need to find another healthcare insurance so you can get better deductibles and better co-pays, do it. It's okay. Call around. Have a representative do it for you. See what they can find for you. Y'all, these old people who are, no offense to old people, I'm sorry, the wiser generation that is on fixed incomes, and they're having to find supplements to go along with their Medicare or Medicaid or whatever people are getting these days. It's hard. It's hard, especially when they want to raise the rates and things like that. It's okay to find someone to help you find a better supplement or a better health care coverage, okay? It's all right. You can do it. Let's see, health insurance, phone bills, internet, satellite. Okay, we covered all that. Check out those free channels on TV. All right, let's see. Review your budgets. Find out where you can start cutting some things off and say, you know what, we really don't need this anymore. We haven't used this in a while. We hardly ever use this, or there's no need for it anymore because kids are grown or kids are moved out. Have some of that stuff cut off, okay? You're going to have to make some sacrifices, okay? Next idea. I told y'all this was going to be a doozy. Okay, y'all hang in there with me. Get y'all a sip of water, coffee, tea, whatever you need right quick. Get your little snacky. You can always come back and pop back down and join in. All right. Do you have other subscriptions like magazines or things that you just don't need? Get rid of them, all right? And you're not using. They're not benefiting you anymore. Get rid of them. So basically anything that you are paying monthly on, and it's a strain on your finances, see if you can get something better. Okay? Let's see. We covered if you're renting or rent to own, always get a contract, verbal agreement. See, a lot of things came to my mind without even looking at my notes. I'm so proud. I'm still sharp sometimes. Okay? Just remember, get into a contract. Verbal agreements don't work anymore, will not hold up in court anymore. Anything you do, you better get it in writing ahead of time. I don't care if it's family. I can't go into much more detail about that. I don't care if it's family. I just can't go there. Okay, moving on. Okay. Ladies, I've had to do this myself. Those conveniences that we like. Having our nails done. Y'all, I've had somebody do my nails 2 times in my whole life. 3 times in my whole life. I've had somebody do my nails. One time was high school senior prom. Second time was when I was giving a family member a chance to just practice on somebody and let her do my nails. Just to help her out a little bit and, let her do my nails so she could get some practice and get paid, give her a little bit of money. And number 3 was a girls' day out that me and my daughter-in-laws had. And when she told me how much it was for my nails, and I didn't really have any nails, they were like nubs, and how much it cost, I about fell out on the floor. But I held my composure so I wouldn't be embarrassed. Ladies, if at all possible, learn how to do your own nails. I bought a gel powder dip kit, and I do my own nails now. Now, I've done my own nails for years, just the regular fingernail polish and, the clear coat and things like that, and have pretty fingernails. But when all this gel stuff, dip powder kits come on the scene, and how long they last, and they don't chip and stuff like that, I'm like, ooh. I went and bought me one, and it's in my Amazon store, y'all. I spent $25 on a gel dip powder kit. Let me tell y'all how much I paid to have my nails done. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you for the sake of showing you how much money you can save. $65. I about choked, y'all, on my own saliva when she told me. And about fell out on the floor. But I was like, okay then. You did such a good job. I'm going to learn how to do this myself, honey. And I did. I started looking up gel dip powder kits. Gel kits. I'm just going to call it gel kits. That's a mouthful. I spent $25. Y'all, so far out of that one kit, and I bought this 2 years ago, You can get up to 30, possibly 50 manicures with that one kit until all the supplies last. $25, and I can get almost 30 to 50 manicures. Say 30 times $65 and let me know what you come up with. I'll wait. You see, I spent $25 and I could get 30 manicures out of it, possibly 50. You see how much money I saved by learning how to do it myself? You can too. You know all those loaded teas we like to drink? Did you know that there's a way that you can make your own? Yes, you will have to go get the ingredients, but you get all, for what you pay for one tea, anywhere from $10 to maybe $15 for one tea, depending on where you are, where you get it from. You could have went and bought those ingredients for maybe $25 and got your ingredients. And you can make 2 to 3 months worth of your own loaded teas. I got a blog post on that one. And I'll list all of the things that you will need to make your loaded tea. Okay? I had a daughter-in-law, one of our daughter-in-laws, before she got into the medical field. In her high school years, she worked at a what do they call it? Tea shop. Okay? And I'm like, girl, you got to tell me. You know you do. She didn't work there. She don't work there no more, so she could tell me what all goes in a lot of those loaded teas. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Is that all? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, girl, we could go make our own for that. She's like, yeah. She knew, and she told me, and I put it in a blog post. It's a blog post on one of our blogs, how you can make your own loaded teas at home. You can do your own iced coffees. Okay, let's see, your own lattes. Y'all, our coffee maker at home has a little section where I can do me a little latte. I throw me some milk or some cream in there, and then I try to do that little heart in top of my coffee, and I just ain't got it. I ain't got it yet, but I can make my own lattes. I can make my own cappuccinos too. Learn how to do some things for yourself at home. Oh, I'm not done. You guys can do the same thing. You guys can learn how to change your own oil, do a little minor maintenance on your vehicles to save you some money from taking it to the mechanic shop, okay? Our husband. Oh, y'all ain't claiming my man. My husband was adamant about teaching our boys, that's what I meant to say, how to change their own oil, how to check their tire pressure, how to listen for noises, how to do some minor things, checking all their fluids, teaching them how to do some minor maintenance, y'all. And y'all, before y'all come at people and say, well, they need to teach that stuff in school. No, they don't. Every school, every teacher cannot, okay, I'm going to get on a soapbox right now. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm going to get on a soapbox right quick. I see a lot of these people coming in and commenting, they need to teach more of this at school. I'm going to take up for you teachers. They need to teach this at school. They need to teach this. That's not their children. Your children's not their children. They don't have to teach them everything about life skills. There's some things you need to get off your duff and teach your children yourself. The schools is not responsible for teaching your children everything they need to know in life. I said it. I hope that helped you teachers out some, because I see that all the time. They need to teach changing oil in school. They need to teach. Why can't their dad teach it to them? Look, in my younger years, before I got married, my teenage years, I grabbed my daddy and said, Daddy, can you show me how to change my own oil? Can you show me how to check my tire pressure? My daddy showed me. I was a teenage girl up in the top of my hood checking my own oil, checking my tire pressure. Now, granted, over the years since I've been married, my husband has spoiled me, and he does it for me. And then I'm like, I kind of forgot. But then I'm like, you know what? You need to show me again, just in case. Just in case I'm out somewhere and I might need to know how to do this. Refresh my memory, okay? Kind of like my mother-in-law on canning. I grew up helping my grandparents can and preserve food and put things in the freezer. Over the years, when I couldn't grow a garden, hence I couldn't can anything. When it did come time for me to start canning, my grandparents wasn't alive. My mother-in-law refreshed my memory and retaught me everything I needed to know. Grab somebody, get them to teach you how to do some things. Learn how to sharpen those blades on that lawnmower. Learn how to cut your own grass. Learn how to maintenance some of your outdoor things, your chainsaws, your lawnmowers, your weed eaters. Okay, learn how to maintenance some things. Guys, you need to take care of the outside, and the women can take care of the inside. Ladies, try to learn how to fix some things inside the house, okay? If there's a screw loose or something wrong with that dishwasher, try to do what you can to fix it first. Does the filter need cleaning? Does the vacuum cleaner belt need replacing? Y'all, I've changed a vacuum cleaner belt. I have tore a vacuum cleaner apart to find out what was wrong with it, cleaned it all up, maintenance, had that baby running smooth again. Not one problem. I learned how to take care of some home appliances like the stove, the dishwasher, keeping the refrigerator clean and running smooth. You know, vacuuming out the air conditioner and heating furnace unit out, changing the filter. I learned how to take care of some things inside the home. And dear hubby takes care of a lot of things on the outside to save money in the long run to keep something from tearing up. Okay, you've got to maintenance your appliances and your outdoor things. Start with your vehicles and your small things outside. Okay, learn how to change some oil, guys. Learn how to sharpen some blades. Learn how to check some fluids. Learn how to check those tire pressures, okay? Before you wind up having a flat tire somewhere, then you got to go spend the money going and buying a brand new tire. If you'll stay on top of things and keep those things maintained and maintenance, it sure will cut out some end costs when something does tear up, and it could have been prevented. Some of these things make common sense, y'all. Women, y'all learn how to do something. Guys, y'all learn how to do something. Women, if you want to learn how to do something outside, grab your husband or get somebody to teach you. Men, same thing goes with you. Help her figure it out. What's wrong? Y'all, my husband has figured out more problems than I could. I really tried to figure out some things that was wrong with something. I don't remember what it was now. And I'm like, I've done everything I know how to do. Can you look at it? And then just because he knew some things, he knew how to fix it right off the bat. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You just got brownie points. Saved us some money in the long run. Okay? There. Learn how to do something. Prescription medication. There's apps now, and I know some of these older people, y'all need to understand something about older people. Some of these older people are sticklers, set in their ways. They don't want change. They don't know how to change. My daddy still has one of those flip phones. He does not text. You will have to call my daddy if you want him. He is a talker. He ain't afraid to answer that phone. He has a flip phone. He does not text. You do not text my daddy. Never. He will talk to you on the phone, okay? My mama, bless her heart, she got her a little smartphone, and she's learning how to use that thing. The first time, excuse me, I dropped my pen. The first time she ever sent a text, I was like, oh, my baby's growing up. It was so funny. And then she learned how to use them emojis, and then we were getting emojis for days, forever. And it was so funny, and we were like, yep, she's learning and she's having fun. Some older generation, the wiser generation, I know older people who still have landlines. You know, the satisfaction you get of hanging up on somebody and you could just slam that phone. Them people, okay? Those phones, not them people, but those phones. That's the fun ones, y'all. And they still have them on that wall with cords. They don't have the remote ones, the wireless ones that you can walk around the house in. They still have to stand in one spot and have them little coil wires hanging down. And then the rotary dials, you know, when if you missed a number, oh my gosh, you had to start all over again. They still have them kind of phones. Y'all need to understand, some older generation people do not understand modern technology, and they will not get it. So try not to tell a grown-up, oh, we can send you an email for that. You can go here to this app or online and click this coupon. What does online mean? You're talking foreign to them. They don't know all this technology talk, computer talk, okay? Y'all need to go back to old school with them. Pen and a piece of paper. Print it out for them, okay? Y'all got to take it easy on the generation, okay? They're set in their ways. I know people who still like those paper paychecks and want to take their paper paycheck they get in their hand on Fridays and take it to the bank and actually walk in a bank and find a teller where they can speak face to face and say hello and get that cash in their hand. And they love cash in their hand, okay? Where they can go put it in a coffee can and hide it somewhere. Like Ma Ingalls used to hide her egg money, okay? So, y'all take it easy on these older generations, okay? Don't tell them to Google something, go online, clip a coupon, scan a QR code. They don't know what you're talking about. That's foreign to them. Be gentle and be patient with them. Or take the time to teach them, okay? My mama has learned how to use a smartphone, and she's learned some things, okay? My baby's growing up. But my daddy, he still got that flip phone. It took a while for him to get used to a cell phone, okay? To have one actually going off in his pocket. What's that? I mean, it like to scared him half to death, okay? These people we weren't used to. I come from a generation with them rotary telephones, y'all, and actual phone booths. You go to the mall, you had to call your parents or something, or you had to call somebody, and you had to go drop a quarter in and pick up that phone and dial a number, okay? I remember those days. I was part of that generation, okay? So, yeah, for people to have to learn to start carrying something that's going to ring on them at any moment and scare them half to death, y'all be gentle with us, okay? Don't make fun of us for not knowing all this stuff. We had to teach y'all how to eat with a spoon. So don't make fun of us. Okay, so prescription medications. If you know how to use a smartphone and you have one and you know what apps are going online, you can download, if you know what I'm talking about, coupons to take to Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, little mom and pop drugstores, to give them that printable coupon that you can print out from your computer onto a printer, or you can download it on your phone and show it to them where you found a discounted price. You go to the doctor, ask for samples, ask for generic brands. Girl, I had to be put on blood thinners, and the monthly price of what they wanted to put me on was about as much as our house payment. I said, no, thank you. You got any samples? Or can you switch me to a generic brand, something a little lower key? Yeah. I would pay $30 a month versus what they were wanting me to pay to put me on that high-priced pharmaceutical. Ask your doctor, okay? He should know you. He should know, look, I'm on a fixed income. I can't afford that. You got samples? Can you write me a prescription for a generic? You got any coupons? You get something, okay? Find a way to cut cost on your prescription medication. If you're on Medicare, try to go for which one is it? I don't know, the one that covers prescription medications. When open enrollment comes due, go for that. For open enrollment, sign up. You can only do this during open enrollment, okay? sign up for I think it's Part D. I don't know, y'all. I go through this with my parents, making sure that they've got all they need because they're retirement age, they're on a fixed income, and I'm like, Mama, do y'all have this? Mama, do y'all have that? If y'all need to check into this, you need to, okay? Open enrollment comes up. See what they can offer you. Try to check all your benefits that you can, okay? Yeah, I wasn't going to get on that. If you have to have a procedure done, like maybe dental work, a little minor outpatient operation, and let's say you do have insurance, but insurance not going to cover it all, or you don't have, maybe like you don't have dental insurance, talk with that doctor and see, can I make payments on this procedure? Can I put some money down and make payments? And you got to be good to your word, and they got to know you, because a lot of these places are not going to do it. It's upfront or no service at all. But some doctors, especially a doctor that's known you for years and trusts you, they might be willing to let you make a payment plan, okay? Y'all, some of these tips and tricks are not just for older people. They're for younger people too, middle-aged people, whatever. People like me that's going down the other side of the hill, okay? I'm getting there. It's for anybody that can use any of these tips and tricks. I covered rent to own your own appliances, a repossessed home. Oh, y'all, we're getting to the end of our list. Okay, y'all, I love this. When I was younger, me and some friends would get up early in the morning before the crack of dawn, and we would hit all the yard sales. Do y'all remember when you got the weekly newspapers? You could not wait for Saturday because you circled all those yard sales in your community, and you were determined you were going to hit those yard sales. Still hit those yard sales today. They're still a thing, okay? Hit yard sales for things. It don't have to be knickknacks. If there's a particular thing you're looking for, go to some of these yard sales. Go to estate sales, okay? You're wanting maybe some nice antique furniture or something nice. A family member, an older family member who's passed away, and the families do these estate sales. Y'all, you can find some nice furniture, china cabinets, armoires, old furniture like that you can find some nice things for. Auctions. Oh, I remember me and one of my best friends, her daddy would go to an auction every Saturday night. Hey, Con! Her daddy would go to an auction every Saturday night, and we got to go. I don't see how these auctioneers talk like that. I can't do that, y'all. I laugh every time. And then after a while, it just kind of gets annoying to me. Dear hubby can sit and listen to cattle auctions all day long. I'm like, can I find you some earbuds, some earphones, something? He can watch them things and listen to them things all day long. Farm equipment auctions. Now, when our son was little, and y'all, I had to work out in the field before I became a stay-at-home mom. I told y'all I've been on both sides of the fence. Oh, I need to write that down. I just had another thought. I had a night shift job. Well, it was like a second shift job, okay? And he would come in and I'd be leaving, and he would have to find something to do. He would take our youngest son to some auctions, and our little boy was sitting there under 2 years old at an auction just listening. And this man one time got it was a truck, a diesel truck, looked like it carried cars and stuff, transporting vehicles. And he got that in a box of junk that he bid it on, and he dug through it, and he found that diesel truck in that trailer and gave it to our son. You know, I still have that to this day. The lights and the horn and stuff don't work, but I still have it. And just things that I have kept like that. Use your auctions. I need to write this down too. And this will include in this. All right, let's say yard sales, estate sales, Goodwill. Okay, y'all, I don't mind buying something secondhand. If I see a dress or something that I want, and if it costs more than $20, y'all, I'm putting it back on the shelf. Or the rack. I can't hardly buy things for myself, y'all, because I can't. But I can go out here and buy for my kids or my grandkids all day long. Don't bother me a bit. But I don't spend that much on myself. A lot of my nice dresses and my nice shoes and purses to match and jewelry to match, dear hubby buys for me. He fixes me up, okay? And I get so many compliments on Sunday dresses and stuff, or going out on date nights and stuff. I love your dress and your shoe and your purse matches. That was him. They're like, you bought you put all that together. Man, you know how to dress a woman. Y'all, he does. He spoils me. He does. But I can't do that for myself. I have a problem spending money on myself. Okay, unless it's something I've just got to break down and get, like underwear. Okay, I just don't like it. I do not like it. Now, I will not buy secondhand underwear. I will let y'all know that right now. I do not have a problem going and buying a dress or something at the Goodwill, or some pants or capris or shorts or something like that, some shirts, sweaters, whatever. I don't have a problem with Goodwill stores, antique stores, consignment shops. You can go to consignment shops. Sometimes consignment shops, depends on the kind they are, you can swap some clothes. You can sell some clothes in exchange for buying some more. I don't know how that works, y'all, but you can. Start thrift shopping, okay? You don't have to buy everything brand new. If you don't like to do clothes, that Goodwill sells other things. Goodwill sells other things. They have like, excuse me, y'all, dishes. You can find anything in a Goodwill store that you're looking for. Okay, maybe that you're looking for. Try Goodwill stores first before you go buy something brand new, okay? Y'all, kids are a perfect example. You know those kids are going to grow out of those clothes in 3 to 6 months, and you're going to have to go buy the next size. Which brings me to my next point. Hand-me-downs, save clothes and things for your next child. Okay, like we had 2 boys. Our firstborn, every bit of his stuff got passed down to the second one. If we would have had another one, if it could have lasted and it lasted longer, it would have got passed down to that one. Okay? Granddaughters came along. Okay? That first grandchild, I kept everything of hers for that second grandbaby. Saves you money. I was no stranger to hand-me-downs growing up. I had 2 older sisters. They got the chance to wear them all out before I got them. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem buying secondhand clothes. You just want to watch the quality of them. Make sure they're going to last a little bit longer. But here's another trick, especially for kids shopping or your shopping. Shop seasonal. When that season is ending and they got to put all that stuff on clearance and they just keep marking it down, okay? Do your shopping right then, but go up a size or 2 if you're dealing with children. By the time that season rolls around again, they'll be in those clothes. That's how you save money on kids' clothes. My husband was excellent at doing that. That's how a lot of our kids got their Sunday clothes and school clothes and stuff like that. Was we shopped the end of that season sales. We went up a size, even shoes, and they had them for that next season. We saved a lot of money on clothes that way, okay? Secondhand things. Like I said, yard sales. Y'all, I found a lot of baby stuff at yard sales. When our boys were born, especially our oldest, and I was working, my mother kept him every day for the first 5 years of his life. Whatever I bought for my house, I'm like, Mama needs one of these. Like, let's a playpen. Okay, let's take, for example, a playpen. I bought me one brand new, and I'm like, I need to find my mama one. I need to find my mama one. And I wasn't going to go buy 2 brand new of everything. So mama was like, you know what? She loved hitting those yard sales. And she's like, let me look around and see what I can find. She found a playpen. I think she found the playpen or I bought it. She found a swing. She found her own swing, and it was one of those old-timey wind-up swings like I sat in when I was little. And when it stops, you got to crank it back up and just hope you don't wake that baby up. But, yeah, she found her a swing. She found her a bouncy seat. She found a bunch of things at yard sales. So I had what I needed at my house, and she had what she needed at her house, to where I didn't have to lag all this stuff back and forth every day. I did buy 2 diaper bags. I had me one, and I always had her one packed with what she needed. Whatever my mama needed for him, I got for her, and she had, unless she found it at a yard sale. So she found a lot of things herself that she could use at her house, and she bought them. So y'all check out them yard sales, antique stores, Goodwill stores, estate sales, hand-me-downs. If you've got some girls at church or something that have some clothes that their kids are outgrown, before they go donate them, ask them, hey, can I have those? Can I pay you something for them? Save money on kids' clothes, maybe yourself, okay? Like I said, I love going thrift shopping for myself. I cannot spend more than $20 on myself on one thing. I just can't. I like them $3.99 prices and $6.99. I have trouble paying $10, okay? But I like thrifting. So secondhand things, thrifting, stuff like that, and not just clothes, but anything. Let's say, which brings me to my next point. Ladies, if you can learn how to mend some things or sew something. Now, let me make a point right here. Used to, sewing clothes was a whole lot cheaper than going and buying them. I don't know what the heck has happened, but sewing has become not a hobby, not a need for sewing anymore. It's mostly now just a hobby because the prices of fabric and notions have gotten so high. I sew because I enjoy it and I like making things, but I'm still wise in my shopping. Now, upfront cost, like for a serger or a sewing machine, yes, if you want to go buy a brand new one for the sake of, I need it, I don't want it to tear up, I just rather buy a brand new one. Go ahead if you can. But did y'all know how many times I have found sewing machines in thrift stores, Goodwill stores, or yard sales? If you want to learn how to sew, if it's not for anything but just maybe doing some alterations like hemming a pair of pants, taking up a side seam in a dress or something, or just maybe getting into sewing, check it with some thrift stores, okay? I see a lot of bread machines in thrift stores, not because they're broken or something, because they don't sell things a lot of times that are broken in thrift stores. They test these things first. And you can find all kinds of things at thrift stores. You can find dishes, pots and pans, water bottles, good Lord, glasses. You can furnish your whole set of dishes and items and things that you need from thrift stores. Sanitize them really good and wash them really good. You can find furniture at thrift stores. Anything that you want to buy to furnish your home or something like that with, just check with thrift stores first. Ladies, if you want to learn how to sew, you can. I see a lot of sewing machines in thrift stores that people have just donated because they didn't know what else to do with it, okay? Do that if you don't want to go buy a brand new one, because y'all, brand new sewing machines are in an investment. Stand mixers, if there's appliances that you want for your kitchen, check those thrift stores, y'all. You can save a lot of money. But some things that I do for fabric, I will check thrift stores for a lot of fabric first. You can find some fabric. I have found tons of fabric bundles in Goodwill stores and yard sales and thrift stores. Yes, I have. I have found sheet sets that I have used to make curtains out of. See? Get wise. Do your thrifting. Swap or barter services. If there's something that somebody else has got and you got something and you think, hey, can we swap this out and save each other some money? Do the same thing with services. Let's say you're an electrician. You got something that needs carpentry work. Swap out some services. Do something to get something. And then always Somebody else's somebody's trash is always somebody else's treasure. Okay, swap services, see if you can barter, things like that. Try to make homemade gifts for birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries. Are you talented? Is there something that you can make instead of going and buying something? Y'all, I love homemade gifts. I love homemade gifts. I love getting something that's been made, because it lets me know that that person really put a lot of time into that. Oh my gosh, like crocheted blankets and Afghans. Do y'all know how many grandmothers and great grandmothers sat for hours and their feeble hands that crocheted all those things? I love it, y'all. I love handmade gifts. Do you know how to make candles? Do you know how to make soaps? Do you know how to make something out of some wood? Do you know how to sew something? Do you know how to crochet something? Use your imagination. Make some things, homemade gifts. Make your own homemade cleaners. I love my homemade cleaners, y'all. And half of the stuff you've already got in your cabinet. Do you have some vinegar? Do you have some Dawn dish soap? Do you have some lemon juice? Do you have some peroxide? Do you have some alcohol? You can make your own homemade cleaner just from those. I got videos on that. Y'all, if you want to learn how to sew, I'm not a professional sewer. Please do not think that. I do not give out lessons. I'm a self-taught sewist, hobby sewist. Yes, I am trying to teach my granddaughters a few things, getting them started, but no, I don't sew for the public. No, I sew for my family and as a hobby. But if you want to get into it, I do have some starting videos on a playlist that you can check those out if you think you're interested, and just give you some to get started. And then I sewed some t-shirt dresses together and some other things. Okay, pajama bottoms. Y'all, I saved a lot of money on pajamas for my granddaughters and my sons, because I would find material and I could make just scrap material, kid sizes. I made pajama shorts and pajama pants for our boys and our girls, and I saved some money on pajamas that way. Just went and bought t-shirts to match them. I saved money when they were growing up just sewing some things. You know, they were just going to be at home anyway and just wearing them to bed. So I saved money right there. I've even made little boys' long sleeve button up dress shirts for church. Yes, I know how to do that. And I've made my husband some too. And I'm in the process of making him some more. And I've saved money kind of by, you buy the pattern one time and all you have to buy from then is just the material and the buttons. Okay, and you can make some shirts and things. I love it. I made our boys a bunch of shirts to wear to school and to church. I made my husband some shirts, and I made my daddy some shirts, and I made some matching shirts for our boys, and they wore them one year for Christmas and had family photos made. It was fun, y'all. If you think you might want to learn how to sew, you don't have to buy anything brand new and go in debt. Try some thrift stores, start out with just a sewing machine, y'all, and watch some videos and teach yourself how to sew. Homemade gifts, put your craftiness to work. Saving money on Christmas, y'all, I got a whole video on that one. No stress holidays, ideas that you can do to start your Christmas shopping early. Y'all, when one Christmas ends, I already start on the next one. I will start in January and start hitting those sales. Oh, so-and-so, I'll start getting ideas for the next year's Christmas. Like, let me see what I'm going to do. Be nosy. Go up in their home and say, oh, she likes that. He likes that. Write it down. I think I might get them something like that for Christmas. Or, okay. Start in January. Either start picking up 1 to 2 gifts a month, or out of your paycheck, start putting some money back in an envelope or in a savings account and save up for Christmas. Start in January. 12 months worth of gifts and shopping the sales and putting some money back. You should get a good start to Christmas. Okay, I do that a lot. I will start with stocking stuffers first. Then I start picking up the gifts. I used to work in retail. Let me give y'all a little. I used to work in the mall, in department stores. And did that for like 5 years. I learned some tricks of the trade in retail stores and in department stores. Do y'all know that some of the exact same sales that they run throughout the year is the same sales they do on Good Fridays? So you're not really beating and getting the best price just on Good Friday. They run those same sales throughout the year. Pay attention to your tabloids, or when you sign up for email lists to get notifications of when they're running a sale. Go get 1 or 2 gifts a month, and you'll have almost all of your Christmas shopping done. Go ahead and wrap them. Just make sure you have a list somewhere of what's in that package. Go ahead and put the name on it and hide them somewhere. Y'all, make your Christmas shopping a whole lot more stress-free. I got a whole video on that. Y'all need to go see that one. Okay. Utilize your local library. Do y'all know how much money you could save on books, Wi-Fi service, internet service, if you just want to take the time to go somewhere quiet to where you can do some research or some reading? Check out those books. Check out those movies. Y'all, if you can't pay for satellite or Wi-Fi or internet service or cable or whatever that's smart TVs, do y'all know that you can rent movies from the check out, not rent, check out movies from the library, and you can have a movie night on Friday nights. Go get you a bag of popcorn. Yes. Books where you can do your own research and learn. Oh my gosh, y'all, some libraries offer more services, like some classes, things like that. What is something else? Sitting and using their computers. If you can't pay for your own internet service, use the library service. They're on secure networks, so nobody can hack into your stuff. It's all secure, okay? Firewalls, everything. They have to. You can go in there, spend a few hours, use their computer. If you need to print out something, yes, they may charge a few cents to print out something. Utilize your library. Get a library card. I'm old school. I remember having to use the card catalogs. We didn't Google things when I was in school. Those biographies and those book reports had to be done by going to the library, checking out a book, going to that card catalog, sifting through all those cards, finding that book, going all over that library, finding that shelf, finding that bookcase, going down that row of books to find that number on that book and pick it out and take it home. Yes, I'm old school, y'all. I remember that card catalogs. They were the thing. We didn't Google things. We did homework the hard way, you little young whippersnappers. Okay, utilize your local library. Childcare. Y'all, if I don't start crying, it'll be a miracle. But my mother, bless her heart, I was stressed when I was even having to think about childcare after knowing that I was going to have to go back to work after my maternity leave. I was in tears. I'm not going to trust anybody to keep my bundle of joy. Y'all, I was in tears. I was scared half to death. I didn't even want to go back to work. I didn't want to leave my baby. I was afraid. I guess I didn't think about my mama because of her age, and I guess I didn't think she was going to want to. I mean, my gosh, she raised me. She was glad when I got out of the house. And I guess I was just afraid to ask. But my mama was like, can I? Yes, please. Oh, mama, bless you. Y'all, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I could go to work every day knowing that my child was taken care of, being spoiled rotten, but being taken care of. I had no worries, no stress. I made sure my mama had everything she needed. If you have a family member that you trust, ask them. Pay them a little something. I paid my mama just like I would pay anybody else. Childcare was a whole lot less expensive back then. 30 years ago, almost, childcare was a whole lot less expensive then. Okay? I didn't have to send them to a daycare. Y'all, if you have to try to find somebody that you know and you trust first that can use the money. Pay them a little something, okay? You won't worry. You won't sit at work and worry. I paid my mama, okay? We wanted to. We wanted to pay her something. Even though that was her grandson. Mama, come on. Please, let us pay you something, okay? She also cleaned our house for us once a week. Once a week, she would come to the house and get our son, and I would go on to work, and she would take a couple hours cleaning. We paid her to clean. We wanted to pay her. She didn't do it for free. She enjoyed it. She liked having her own money, okay? And yes, she took care of our firstborn for the first 5 years. Now, when our son turned 5, my husband knew that I wanted to homeschool, which means I was going to have to come home. And that's a whole different story, but I was able to. And when I had our second son, I was able to take off work. My husband said, you do not have to return to work. I'm good at my job. I'm good at my trade. We're good. We can do this. So he let me take off work, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I know every parent, every mama is not able to do that, but find ways that you can cut costs in your child care. Swap out some services if you can. Find a trusted family member that might just need some extra money, okay? I don't know all the logistics and things like that about daycare centers and stuff. And I don't know because I didn't have to use one. And when our second one came along, I stopped work. I was able to be at home with him. So find ways to cut in your child care, okay? I know some women who go old school and save money on diapers by cloth diapers. Using those disposable diapers only for going out in public, but using cloth diapers at home. Y'all, I came from that generation. My little butt was in cloth diapers, okay? My little butt was in them. I wonder how many times my mama poked me with a pen. Mama? She'll tell me. She'll tell me how many times she poked me with a pen. Okay, cloth diapers. What else? Breastfeed versus formula feed. Breastfeed, it's a whole lot better. I wished I would have been able to, but I wasn't. I had 2 children, never had any milk, did not have a milk supply. If I didn't want my child to starve to death, I had to buy some formula. Or if I could have had a source to another mother's breast milk, I might have done that. Goat's milk, whatever, cow. I didn't produce anything. I did not have that lactating gene. I don't know what was wrong with me. Okay. Let's see. Y'all, shop Dollar Trees too. I'm an affiliate for Dollar Tree. You can find a lot of good things in Dollar Tree. You can buy brand new dishes in Dollar Tree and stock your kitchen cabinets, glasses, glassware, storage containers. You can find a lot of things in Dollar Tree. Y'all, cut your own hair if you can. I got a 5-minute haircut I do on my hair when I get a pinch. But if I need it shaped up and get the split ends and stuff off, then I will spin and go get a haircut. 2020 taught us how to do a lot of things. 2020 taught us how to do a lot of things. A lot of women started learning how to make their own bread because that bread was flying off the shelf. Okay? We couldn't make our own toilet paper, but we could learn how to make some bread because that was the first thing that was flying off the shelves. And a lot of people started learning how to cut their hair before they deemed them essential workers. Y'all remember that? My husband cut his hair and our boys' hair with clippers. You can set the blades to the length that you want and just do that thing all over your head and give yourself a haircut just like that. And you saved money. 2020 taught us how to do a lot of things for ourselves. Maybe we need to get back to teaching ourselves some things. Self-teach, self-taught, okay? Go back to that. Learn how to cut your own hair. I got a 5-minute haircut video that I use to cut my hair. My husband hates it when I cut my bangs. One of these days, maybe I'll learn how to get better at that. But he can't stand it. But I'm like, it'll grow back out. Because you know how like when you're cutting your bangs and you move your eyebrows? I do it every stinking time. But I have a 5-minute haircut. And yeah, I do it myself. And I save money. I cannot tell you the last time I went and had someone cut my hair, sit down in a chair, drape that thing over me and cut my hair. I do it myself. It may not look the prettiest to everybody else, but it saves me some money and I'm okay with it. Guys, start learning how to cut your little boy's hair. Maybe you can start learning how to cut little girls' hair. Just, shaping it up and making it pretty, Don't whack them little girls' bangs off. Oh. Okay, learn how to do some things for yourself. Cut your own hair, do your own nails, stuff like that. Make your own cleaning products. Oh, I want one of these. A clothesline. I'm old school, y'all. I remember my grandmother hanging out clothes. I remember my mama hanging out clothes. I hung out clothes. I'd get home from school and there'd be like a load of laundry. Mama would say, I need these hung out on the line. Oh, yes, ma'am. Had to go out there in the hot sun, hang them things out on the line. Okay, I'd take my little Walkman radio out there with the headphones, and boy, I'd just be jamming and hanging up them things on the line. Oh, y'all, hanging them things out on the line, and neighbors will be wondering, what, she has lost her mind. She's crazy. I liked it, y'all. I didn't appreciate it till I got older. I want a clothesline now, and I'm trying to talk dear hubby into get me a clothesline. Find some ways that you can save money on your energy bills. Clothesline. Hand wash your dishes if you can, okay? You can run a sink full of water and leave it in there. Every time you dirty up a dish, just go ahead and wash it and rinse it. Change your water a couple of times throughout the day. Get fresh water. You ain't got to run that dishwasher, okay? I know it's convenience, and I said some convenience things were going to cost you some things, but now I do love my maids. I love my dishwasher. I love my washer and my dryer. They come in handy when you're running a full household and you're the manager of your home. You work a full-time job, then you got to come in and do all this extra stuff. Those things come in handy. But if you're really trying to cut costs, like I said, sometimes it makes sacrifices, but that's not really a sacrifice to me because I really would love to go back to a clothesline. There is nothing like sheets dried in the sun and the wind and crisp and freshly shaved legs. Oh, there's no better feeling in the world. And clothes, towels that's been hung out on the line. You just smell that outdoor freshness, y'all, and it just helps you it helps your senses. I remember my grandmother and great aunt making lye soap. I've tried to make lye soap one time, and it was an almost flop, and I think I want to pick it up again and try it again or learn how to make some soaps. Learn how to make my own detergents. I'm researching a lot of things right now. I'm old school. I like the old way of doing things. I want to learn how to go back to some ways of doing things because of the way that they've started doing things and putting things in things that's bad for us. I want to go back to old school. I would love to learn how to make some old-fashioned lye soap again. I remember my grandmother grating up bars of lye soap that had been made from wood ashes and washing laundry with it. You want to talk about getting out oil stains and grease stains and farm stink stains and stuff like that? Lye soap, honey. And y'all, it made your skin so much softer and slick and oh, y'all, there ain't nothing like lye soap. I want to try to make some more. Turn off the, oh, y'all, parents, I got to take up for turn off the light if you're not in the room. Turn off those lights if you're not in the room, okay? Find ways to cut costs in your home. Cut those lights out. Turn your temperature down or up, whatever. Run your ceiling fans, maybe versus full-blown 65 degrees in your house. I mean, come on, use some fans or something. If you got to make a sacrifice just for a little while, cut some corners and cut some costs. Open up the windows in the spring, for crying out loud. Spring and fall, when the temperatures start going down. Open up them windows. Let some fresh air in and germs out, okay? Shop your home first before you go buy something new, like I did with the sour cream. Make sure you don't already have something in your home that you can use to fix up something with. You're looking for some home decor or something. Search your house to see if your storage building or something, your attic or something. Do I have something that I can put right there that would just kind of dress that corner up or that bookshelf up? Or can I use this basket to maybe create some space and get some of these blankets off the couch and put them in this pretty trunk or this pretty drawer or this pretty basket? And shop your house first. That's all my notes, y'all. And I know I have just jibber jabber, but I hope you can use some of these things. My phone is about to go dead. I'm getting alerts. I hope this has gave y'all some ideas if you really need to make sacrifices and cut some corners and save some money. And now you'll start knowing where your money's going to. Okay, I hope I've gave y'all some ideas, because like I said, I'm old school. I know how things used to be done, and I think we can go back to some of those ways if we want to or if we care to. And it's fun, y'all. Learn how to do some things. Like 2020, we had to learn how to do some things, okay? I hope I have helped y'all in some way. I know this has been long, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because I think I have gave y'all about 6 pages full of ideas, okay, to help cut costs and make things easier on your budget. I know I've kept y'all for a long time. I gotta go to the bathroom. Y'all probably do too. So I will see y'all in the next video.